Because you got to remember, in school, they don't really teach us Kwanzaa. The
Yeah.
only way you learn about Kwanzaa a lot of times is if you take an African study.
The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first
It
fruit.
was script. Our last name was script. So how can
Because
we
there
trace?
is no chaplain in
No,
Africa.
there's no chaplain. What up, Chaplain Chillers? It's your boy, Coach LJ, your supportive friend, your guy, and I'm with my best friend, my business partner, my awesomeness, and the one and only Lady Siza. She is in the yes, you know we're about that vibe each and every week. You know what I'm saying? You know you got us. So we like to jump right in with welcome to Sunday Funday, where we're all about learning, being informative, and having fun. I got my wife Sana with me now. Ain't that been 2 years? Yes. Yes, well, we on the last Sunday Funday of the year.
2023.
2023, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's done. We wrapping it up. So we like to say Happy New Year. We ready to go into the new year.
I want to say Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, yes.
We're on day 6 of
Day 6
Kwanzaa.
of Kwanzaa, yes.
Actually, the normal greeting of Kwanzaa is, I'm teaching you already, so
Okay.
we're getting into it. It's the normal greeting will be Habari Gani.
Abadi Ghani.
Habari Gani. And
Okay.
then you respond to the greeting. Like if I say Habari Gani, then you'll respond according to that principle of that day.
Okay.
So we'll get into it. You'll understand when we get to that principle, because we're on day 6 today,
Yes.
you'll know. But on day 1, when I say Habari Gani, you say Umoja.
Umaja.
Yes.
Okay.
So Habari Gani basically means, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
How are you? It's actually from the African language of Swahili,
Swahili. Oh,
which is the chosen language for Kwanzaa.
for Kwanzaa.
Actually, Swahili is one of the mostly spoken language in Africa.
Okay.
So I guess that's why they chose Swahili to be the chosen language.
Okay. For Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So, Habari Gani, everyone. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, yes.
So as we thought today, let us come and teach a little bit about Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, yes.
Listen,
Got to
we
bring
don't
it
know,
back to our roots, you know what I'm
and
saying?
we don't know much, so we're learning with you.
Yes.
Okay, so if anything that we say incorrectly, forgive us. We're learning along the way, because remember, we're all about learning, being informative,
And having fun. Hold on, let me take off mine. Yeah, today I'm not going to have the microphone. Come on.
What a treat, because I hate those things. Anyways,
I'm not going to have that.
yes, so we're just learning about Kwanzaa today. So you're going to ask me a few questions. I'll
Okay.
answer, but I have my notes here to help me along the way. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get it started. So what questions do you have?
Yeah, my first question, what is Kwanzaa?
Good question, because I
Yeah.
think that's the way where we should be starting.
Yeah, because I knew about Kwanzaa. I celebrated Kwanzaa. I went to certain different events
You sure did?
for Kwanzaa.
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah, I did.
How many years ago was this?
A long time ago.
And you
Yeah,
didn't know
when I was
what
in
you were
college.
doing.
Nah, I didn't know what. Yeah, I knew it was for the black community, but I didn't really know what it mean.
Is there anything else that you know about Kwanzaa?
No, I didn't really know nothing. I just know for the black community. I just knew our colors was black.
So you could have just thrown yourself into a cult.
No, I knew it was for the black community. I know our colors were red, black, and green.
Right, let's get into it. So Kwanzaa is actually an African American cultural holiday. All
Okay.
right, it is not religious in any way. It is just a holiday that is non-commercial as well, and it focuses on the morals,
Okay.
values, and character building,
Okay.
and
That was-
also having faith of African American. So it translates into everyday. Start the ceremony by asking for permission from the elders,
yeah.
I guess the ancestors, and the elders is all about just acknowledging the experiences that happened in the last year and celebrating the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what Kwanzaa
Kwanzaa
is.
is. Okay. Wow. That's good. That's good to know. Yeah, a lot of positivity in there. And the second one is, how did Kwanzaa start?
So, the history basically of Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa, let me start by saying it takes place for a week.
For a week.
Each year.
I always thought it was one day.
Yeah, each year from December 26th, so day after Christmas, through to January the 1st, the following year. So each day represents Kwanzaa's 7 guiding principles, which we'll go through, which emphasize family, community, and culture.
Okay.
All right. So many African Americans participate in this event during Kwanzaa, so they have things happening in their own homes and their other gatherings outside of their homes. Your question was, when did Kwanzaa start, right?
Yeah,
like, what's the history behind it?
How did it get started?
So the holiday was created in 1966 by Dr. Muluana Karena. He was a professor of African Studies in the University of California State University.
Okay.
And he wanted to promote unity amongst people of African descent. So even the last name, these names tell you that he's of African descent, but he was based in the U.S. and he wanted to promote unity within the African community.
And he probably was from Swahili.
Kenya. Swahili is a language.
Okay.
So you want to say he's probably from Kenya, right?
Okay.
So does that make...
Yeah, yes. And you know that was 2 years before Dr. Martin Luther King was passing. 2 years from his passing.
But that's good.
Yeah, 2 years from his passing.
I guess maybe he saw what was happening around, that time of his passing, and he thought, you know what?
But he didn't pass yet.
Oh, he hadn't passed. Oh,
no,
2 years
2
before.
years before. Yeah, 2 years before he passed.
Okay. So I guess there was just a need, seeing how Africans, Americans didn't have like a culture of their own as well.
Yes,
and so you see most African Americans celebrating this because it's like something that makes them feel they belong. Yeah. Right, because they kind of tap into their African ancestry and history as well. So this year is actually the 57th anniversary of Kwanzaa.
Okay.
Yeah, and most African Americans still don't understand what it is. So
nope, we sure don't.
You don't see it being celebrated
I remember in school, they don't really teach us Kwanzaa. Yeah. The only way you learn about Kwanzaa a lot of times is if you're taking African studies. So how do you celebrate Kwanzaa? That's a good question. How do you celebrate Kwanzaa?
So Kwanzaa, like I said, is observed for 7 days.
Okay.
And
there's a lot of dance, I guess.
Yeah, and there's a different value.
Food too.
Of course, that's how Africans do it.
There's
a different value for each day, and that's what I like about it. It's like a different principle for each day. So each night, a candle is lit.
Yep,
so
I know that part.
They have like these candles, almost like the Jewish.
Yeah, I do know that part.
So each candle is lit to observe the Kuzo Saba.
Okay.
These are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa.
Okay.
Kuzo Saba. The principles of Kwanzaa, so
it's love.
This is how they do them. First day, Umoja. So Umoja is unity.
Okay.
Day 2, kill Kujahikugola. I'm just gonna mess up the words. Self-determination.
Ooh, okay.
Ujima.
Okay.
Collective work and responsibility.
Collective work and responsibility. Okay.
So are you counting? So Umoja.
That's 3.
Kuji Kachula. Ujima. Ujama, which is cooperative economics.
Okay.
Naya, which is purpose. Kumba, creativity. Imani, faith. Yeah. So the candles include 1 black one. Usually in the center.
Okay.
And 3 red and 3 green. Also, a little bit of that. So the colors red, black, and green are important to African Pan-Africanists. So red, black, and green are actually like the African color. I'm sure you've seen one of my African earrings that have all those 3 colors.
Yes.
Yeah, because those are the colors that represent Africa.
Yes. I agree. Red, black, and green.
Yeah. So the black represent the people. The black candle.
The black candle
represents the people, while red is for the blood spilled in the struggle of liberation.
Okay, I can see that.
This is deep, right?
Yeah.
And green for the future of black liberation.
The land.
The future, even just black excellence and
Freedom.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I like that. But the black got one because the black people are strong.
To be one, yeah. And I like the fact that it's
unity.
one black candle.
One unity.
Yeah. So, I think it's making sense to me even now as I'm going through this.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. So the next one is, so what are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa?
So I'll just go, because I've already explained them previously in brief. Now I'm going to go deeper so that we understand what they are.
Yes.
So the first one is umoja, which means unity, right? And the purpose of this one, so this is celebrated on day 1. So when we do the greeting, which is Hakuna
Matata.
God, I don't believe he said that. I don't believe he said that. Remember, I taught you a greeting in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which was Akuna. Okay, I forgot.
Matata.
It was not Akuna Matata. When somebody greets you in the greets you on day 1, you say Umoja, and then you say Umoja in response, and then the whole point is to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, the nation, and race.
Okay.
So that's what is being celebrated on day 1. Day 2, we are celebrating. So it's Kuji Kachulia, which is self-determination.
Self-determination.
To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. That's what it represents.
That's good, because we needed that, because our name was script, our identity. So now we have to find ourselves, and we create ourselves, and
I think that's why it's so
so
big in the African American community, because you are stripped of all this.
Oh yeah, you're stripped for all that. Yeah, when you're a slave, you're stripped for everything. So that's good. Yeah, that's self-determination, defining your true identity.
Right.
Yeah.
And then day 3 is Ojima, which is collective work and responsibility. Ujima.
Okay.
So to build and maintain our community together, and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, to solve them together. I love that.
Yes.
So that's what we're celebrating on day 3.
Okay.
Your problems become my problems.
Yes. My problem becomes your problem. None of that crime mentality. Yeah, none of that.
So they
wash your bag, I wash mine.
Right.
None of that.
So
we in it together. We all in it together. You win, I win.
Right.
I win, you win. We all can win.
Absolutely.
We all can win.
So my takeaway from this is that they're taking a lot of the Ubuntu principles, which is I am because you are, and this is like the African principle. Where how Africans live their lives. Like, my sister is your sister, my brother is your brother. So, and then the next one, Ubuntu, yeah. This one is Nia. So Nia represents purpose, and it's to make our collective vocation and building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. I love that.
Yes.
So we want to restore the black nation into their traditional greatness. Yeah. And then the next one, because Africans or black people, we're very creative.
Yes.
So it's called Kumba. And this is create for represent creativity.
Okay.
And this is so we don't just light the candles. So whenever these candles are being lit, we say these things, these words, yes. And we know mentally that this is what it represents. Yeah. So the creativity part is to do always as much as we can.
Okay.
In the way we can, in order to live our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. Okay. So it's promoting to love our local community, not this thing about black people trashing their neighborhoods, but this is a promotion of loving where you are, where you live, and not going to to better communities and respecting that when you're trashing your own community.
Exactly. No more throwing trash in the ground. Keep your trash and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah. Not just that, but the graffiti that happens in our communities, and just not keeping it the way we'd love to live in it.
Yes.
You know, we look at other communities and we admire them, but we forget that it's the people that live in it that make it the way it is.
We have to take care of our own community. It's up to us.
And then the last one of my favorites is Imani.
Imani.
Which represents faith.
Faith.
So to believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness of and victory of our struggle.
Okay.
I love that.
Yes.
So because African people or black people, we take a lot of lessons from our elders, from people who have gone before us. So it's a very big thing for Kwanzaa as well, that we are not, because we did it by ourselves, but we understand that there are people who went before us and we're here because of them. So we respect and we appreciate them during this time as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, you know, and we did a lot of, we went through the struggles. So that last point is faith. You know, that's what kept us through the struggle, the storms.
The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase matunda ya kwanza, meaning first fruit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So first fruits festivals exist in Southern Africa. I didn't say South Africa, I said Southern Africa.
Southern, yeah.
And are celebrating during December and January within the southern part of Africa. So Karenga was partly inspired by an account he read of the Zulu festival Umkhosi Wekwashwama. Oh,
Zulu, okay. Got some South Africa in there.
Yeah. Okay, so Umkhosi Wekwashwama is when you are reaping what you've harvested and then you're giving the first fruits to the king.
Yes.
So they took after that.
Y'all do that for real?
Yeah.
South Africa do that?
The Zulu tribe. Yeah, they do that. So that,
you know, Zulu Shaka Zulu is big in America. Everybody know about Shaka Zulu.
Yeah, they not everybody, but most people.
A lot of people know about Shaka. We learned Shaka Zulu in school.
Yeah, so that's where it comes from, because you see even the decorations of Kwanzaa. There's a lot of fruits that is displayed, you know, because they would set up a table with an African cloth. African cloth would be a cloth with African design. And then they will put the candles with the 7 sticks, the 3 green, 3 yellow, and 1 black. And then they will spray the table with fruit and vegetables to represent first fruits.
Okay, so what do it mean for black people though? Why they should celebrate Kwanzaa? You know, why you think they should celebrate Kwanzaa? You know.
So it's just affirming African family and social values that's to black people, because you know the black family has been broken up and it's still being broken up. And that's why we have so many black men who are incarcerated in the United States mostly, because this is for really the United States. I don't see Kwanzaa being celebrated. I've never heard, let me say that, being celebrated anywhere else besides the United States. So it's to bring back that unity within the family and just reinforce family principles within the U.S.
Study the blackness, because, you know, this is what we have in America. Like, we don't have too much to celebrate or to that we say is our own.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think the Kwanzaa helps in that way, that you find some grounding as well. Like it helps you have a purpose. That's why most African Americans love celebrating it. And I mean, after those principles, who would want to celebrate it?
Who would want to celebrate it? Yeah. So definitely could allow you to reflect on these 7 principles. Yeah. You know, so that when you start reflecting, you know, you can start living by them on a day-to-day basis. That's basically what I think. That's what the guy is to, you know, you reflect each day and then take it with you those 7 principles throughout the year. When you're thinking about the faith, when you're thinking about the struggle, when you're thinking about the unity and the creativity, because a lot of times we are creative creatures, and so, a lot of times when you think about these traits that we have, you're able to tap into some of these things and, building
But
up
I think
our
the core as well is just to reaffirm and restore African heritage and culture. Because like we said, most African Americans feel like they don't have a culture or a heritage. They know that their ancestors came from slavery, but they don't really know how to trace it back.
Because again, our last name was script, so how can we trace?
Because there is no chaplain in Africa.
No, there's no chaplain. So how can we know? How can we trace our last name or where we came from when our last name is English? So so definitely I think Kwanzaa should be celebrated, allow you to tap into your roots. Let's support the black culture. Let's support black businesses. Let's support black people. Let's support black love. Yes, let's support black love. To me, black love. Let's support that. When I see black couples doing their thing, it's great, man. When 2 black couples, black people doing their thing, that's an amazing, because that's a lot of times they trying to tear up the black family, by putting men in prison.
So just going through some of the primary symbols of Kwanzaa, which we said represent first fruits, right?
Yes.
Of course, it's the 7 candles, and we said we've already said it's the green, the red,
green and black,
and then those candles are called Mishuma Saba.
Okay.
Which represent because there's 7 of them, they represent the 7 principles.
Okay.
And the 7 principles we've already spoken about in depth. All right. The candle holder is called the kinara. It's similar to that of the Jewish, And then they have a unity cup, which is called the kikombe.
Okay.
Cha umoja. And then the placement, which is called the mkeka. And then there's crops or fruit and veg, like I said, which are called mazayo. Then they would put corn, which is the mohidi, and gifts, which is zawadi. So these are all Swahili words. This is all in Swahili. Also, all these items are placed on the mkeka, which is their placement mat. Like I remember I said they can put like a cloth, an African cloth or whatever. And it serves as a reminder of how African heritage is built upon tradition. Because everything has to follow a tradition. So on day 1, like I said, the first candle to be lit will be the black candle, which is the center candle.
Yes.
Also known as the unity candle. Okay. The second day, the red candles are lit. Okay. And then on the immediate right of the unity candle is burnt as well. Right. Kwanzaa highlights a specific principle which we've gone through, and that's the core point of Kwanzaa, to go through these principles and reflect on them.
Reflect. So reflection is powerful, and that's why I like the reflections that I do every day with the daily things. It allow you to to think about things and to take some action to just to sit back and think, because sometimes we can be so busy, with life, work, business, and we don't take we forget to reflect. And that 5 minutes to reflect would do wonders.
Reflection.
It would do wonders in our life. It would allow us to be more creative, allow us to be more resilient, and allow us to get more ideas, and allow us to find solutions just by reflecting. That's why I love the scripture say, "Be still and know that I'm God." Just sometimes we need to just get in a quiet place, and when we get to that quiet place and reflect, things happen. So reflection. That reflect the 7 principles. You start to think about, okay, you know what, this is who I am, this is who we are. And then, when you see like when you're about to do wrong, you're not about to support somebody, or you got this, that crab mentality, you get that crab mentality because you reflected, no, I should not be doing that. That's not right. That's my brother. You know, when you reflect on it, like, no, you know what, I shouldn't be stealing and lying against my brother. I know I should not kill my brother because that's my brother. Right. Like, yo, we black, yo. I win, you win. My win is your win. Yeah. You know, your wins is mine. So yeah. So when you just reflect, you start to think, like, when you about to go down the wrong path or down the wrong road, you know, you start like, you know what? No, man, I gotta turn it around. That's not the right way. Let me change that. Let me change directions, redirect myself, and get back on track. Yes, reflection is powerful.
Yeah. So I guess Kwanzaa, our takeaway would be reflection.
Reflection. Yes, reflection.
Yeah. And just remembering the first fruits. Yes. Because that's why they do it towards the end of the year and on the first day of the new year.
Yes. Because, you know, it's in the Bible as well. First fruits.
Yeah, first fruits is in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. Yeah. It's always in the first year.
Anything else you'd like to know about Kwanzaa?
I think we covered everything, right?
I think so. Yeah. So what we could say is there anything that we left out because you saw that we were going back and forth and trying to look for the right answers? Because we also knew Kwanzaa, we don't celebrate it, but we appreciate we can start. It. Yes, we appreciate it. Yeah. And I mean, I have a culture and a tradition, so I don't need. Just saying, but it's a beautiful thing. So I think,
but we can reflect on these principles.
Yeah, but I think that the point of this, the takeaway of this episode, is understanding when people are celebrating it. Because right now we seeing a lot of people lighting candles on social media, and we just don't understand what they do. We think, some of us think that, oh, they're going crazy again. Now we understand and we know. So it's good to know why people are doing certain things, and even the people that are doing it, this is a lesson learned for them, so that they know why. Because some are just lighting those candles.
Like I was doing. I was just going just to be going, not really understanding what it was.
Yeah.
Now I know, and you can always go back to this video and learn more. You know, if you want to learn about Kwanzaa.
Yeah. So people are also using People are also using these 7 days to teach the younger generation about African heritage. If they know it. The African culture, they're teaching them how to play like African drums, you know, how to dress up in the various African regalia, and teaching them African languages. So this is like a time where we're going back to our roots, to our ancestors as black people. Yes. Because truth be told, that every black person is from Africa.
Yeah, most.
No, we're not going to say most. Every black person, their heritage is from Africa.
Okay.
Yes, now we live all over the world and we might be born in certain countries, but your ancestor comes from a part of Africa.
Africa, yes. Yeah. But you know, you got Native Indians still, so I don't know. Some people could be
Indian. They're not black.
Who?
Native Indians?
Yeah, I know they're black. Yes.
They're Indians.
They're black though too.
They Indian. Their heritage is Indian.
But they are colored people.
Yeah, but I mean like African.
Yes,
American.
African people. Yes.
African, those who call themselves African Americans.
Yeah, most
that African part means heritage.
Yes, 99% of people is from. I say.
What happened to the 1%?
They're probably from India. Native
okay,
Indians.
Well, I'll rest my case. In order for the sake of this episode, I'll rest my case. But we hope.
I don't know, but I'll probably go with you. I'll probably say 100% of people from Africa.
It's like how we say that Africa is the mother of all nations. You know, because we believe that in the Bible, that's where everything started, in the continent of Africa. Yeah. But all in all, we just want to encourage you guys to understand why other people are celebrating what they celebrate. And even if you're celebrating and didn't know what you're celebrating, now you know. And also, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for just being a chaplain.
Yes, another year.
We really appreciate you. We want to say Happy New
Year. Let's make 2024 the best year ever. Let's make it. Share the video. Subscribe. Like the video. Help us grow the channel. We in this together. Let's build it. So by us growing the channel, we're doing it with your help. So we thank you for your help. We appreciate you. We love you. Let's make 2024 a great year.
Yeah, leave a comment below and tell us how your 2023 was.
Yes.
And what's your plan for 2024?
What's your plans for 2024?
What's your goal?
Yes, and you need some accountability. You need some strength. You need to be built up. You need a guide. You need a coach. Hey, we here for you. We say join the community. The next opportunity in the community where you be held accountable. You ready to build some skills. Where you learn leadership skills. When you learn about entrepreneurship. We say join the 6 month. The next opportunity in the community. And if you inspire entrepreneur you want to start a business but don't understand how, what's the next step, and how to structure a business. Don't just launch into a business not knowing what's going on, what to do, because you're gonna see yourself, messing things up and then trying to do things all over again. And so let's learn how to do it. Let's build at the same time. Let's grow together. So we say join the 6 month boot camp. We're here to be coached by your boy, by me. And so, we said join it. We looking forward to seeing you in 2024 on this channel, as well as in the community in the boot camp.
Absolutely. And I want to say in Swahili, kwaheri, which means goodbye.
Goodbye, yes.
Till next time.
We say deuces. Peace.
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.